Right now, it's moving day for many in the Madison area, but Mother Nature was not cooperating early on. We hear from some of those who braved the elements. Also, after serving 3 years in prison, a former UW-Madison student convicted of sexually assaulting multiple women is back in custody. We'll tell you why. And later, critical response training. How the Wisconsin Department of Justice is preparing school staff in DeForest ahead of the upcoming school year. We welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. We begin with breaking news out of Rock County in just the last hour, where police have identified a body found in an abandoned house this weekend as a man who has been missing since late last year. Christopher Miller had not been seen since he allegedly took off running after a traffic stop near Janesville last November. Now, his family has been fighting for updates on this case now for months, growing frustrated with the investigation. But authorities say they got an anonymous tip yesterday afternoon from someone who said they found a dead body inside an abandoned home in the town of Turtle. That's just outside Beloit. A large police presence surrounded the area as authorities investigated, and the medical examiner was called to the scene. The medical examiner confirmed today those remains belong to Miller, and his family was notified this afternoon. Now to weather, where we woke up to some rain, heavy rain in some areas this morning, and that rain will be making a comeback later tonight. An alert day now in the forecast for flooding potential. We have team coverage here in our studio and also live in downtown Madison, where it is actually moving day today and all that rain. But we begin with a check of the first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Eric, we're kind of like in the middle of this system right now. Madison is dry, and it's because everything has been rotating right around us. Let's start out by taking a look at flood watches that remain in effect until 11 p.m. for Dane and Columbia County and areas to the east over toward Milwaukee. Rain vision, rainfall accumulation estimates are about 2 to 3 inches in a band from around Fond du Lac to just the far northwestern portion of Dane County around Cross Plains, down towards Dodgeville, and then into far southwestern Wisconsin around Platteville and into Dubuque County, where some of the amounts may have exceeded 4 inches. You can still see some heavier showers and thunderstorms over extreme southern portions of Grant County. There now is a flood advisory for parts of Grant County until 8:45 and a flash flood warning for Dubuque County. But those storms that are moving into northern Illinois may rotate back northward a little bit, especially south and east of Madison. Showers and storms out into Lake Michigan will probably stay away, and 6-hour future track radar kind of confirms this. The best chances for heavier rain start shifting to the south and east over the next 6 hours, and most of the rain should be over with after midnight. Severe weather outlook, also an outside threat for an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm with some hail, maybe even a brief tornado. There have been some funnel cloud reports down toward the Illinois state line and some hail near the Illinois state line earlier. But visible cloud track shows that little hole in the clouds right around Madison. We've had some sunshine, whereas the heavier storms have been rotating right around that across Iowa and into northern Illinois. Current temperatures are a little warmer in Madison, not by much because of the sunshine. Everybody else seeing temperatures in the lower 60s because of the cloud cover. Right now, 69 degrees in Belleville, 68 degrees in Cross Plains, and 70 in Sauk City. Look for some scattered showers and thunderstorms through the evening hours. Some of those could have heavy downpours. Temperatures falling to the lower 60s by late evening. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes mainly dry weather and a big warm-up toward the end of the weekend.
All right, Gary, thank you. And in all that, today's heavy rain proved to be quite challenging for college students moving apartments in Madison. Many knew the date was approaching when their leases expire and had to just make do with these conditions. Kyle Pozorski is near downtown Madison right now. And Kyle, how has moving day gone in all this rain?
Eric, I spoke with students today out here in Madison, and for a lot of them, their leases expired today at noon. This resulted in them having to deal with this morning's rain, whether they liked it or not.
It's chaos.
It's that time of year again, move out day.
It's not snowing, it's not a blizzard, and I'm moving my child who's in grad school. I can't ask for anything better.
For college students living in downtown Madison, August 14th and 15th comes around at the same time each year. But this time, Mother Nature said, let's make it a little extra difficult.
When it comes to like all this stuff, you know, that we have to get rid of, it's like any other day. You can throw it out on the curb, and it's fine. But now it's just ruined.
Many of Madison's student apartments have leases which expire this time of year. And just like clockwork, hundreds of thousands of belongings are thrown to the curb as they move on to a new home.
The faster we could pick the stuff up and get out of everybody's way, the safer it is and less stressful it is for everybody.
Brian Johnson of the Madison Street Division says people moving out need to remember that while trash, recycling, and furniture can be set out on the street, others cannot. which is why it's important to know before you throw.
Don't just put the televisions or computer or whatever out in front of the apartment. If you're living on Mifflin or off one of the, like Randall Street or wherever, bring it to the drop-off site because we can recycle it safely.
The Street Division's website breaks down the specifics. Going there, he says, is the best resource to avoid being charged for wrongful disposal.
Going to our drop-off site website, make sure you know when we're open, when we're closed, because there's some things you have to bring to the drop-off site versus what can be set at the curb.
Over the next few days, you can expect to see sites just like this. The Street Division actually tells me that they do a very good job at picking up this trash every so often.
Well, we apologize there. We lost Kyle's signal. We thank him for that report. We want to remind you to stay up to date on the weather with your First Warn Forecast weather app, hourly forecast, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC weather. The Richland County Sheriff's Office and Madison Police Department are investigating what officials called an apparent murder-suicide. Madison police say a 60-year-old woman and a 25-year-old woman were reported missing yesterday after not returning home from Devil's Lake State Park. By tracking their phone, MPD tracked the women to the Lone Rock area. Both were found dead inside a vehicle. The 25-year-old woman was found with a gunshot wound, and the 60-year-old woman was found with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Meanwhile, police in Oregon say they arrested a man for armed robbery yesterday. Officers were called to the 900 block of Janesville Street after a man reported that another man had pointed a gun at him, threatened to kill him, and demanded his property. The 18-year-old suspect was arrested without incident. Police say they found a gun and stolen property. A former UW-Madison student who made national news several years ago for a string of sexual assaults is now back in custody after a Minnesota judge ruled that Alec Ross Cook should be civilly committed as a sexually dangerous person. It was 2016 when Cook made national headlines, facing over 20 felony charges for sex crimes against other students at UW-Madison. And while the state wanted Cook sentenced to more than 19 years in prison, he served a 3-year sentence. When one of Cook's victims spoke to us at the time, she said it was impossible to forget what Cook did.
Trusted him to not destroy me as a person, and that was betrayed. Being more comfortable with the fact that something will be done about it comforted me enough to make that first call. And the first call was definitely the hardest to make.
Again, that interview from 2016. Cook has been out of custody for the past 3 years. According to his attorney, he's been part of the Minnesota sex offender program, where as recently as January of 2022, he said he had trouble finding his behavior criminal. That's according to the Minneapolis Star-Tribune. Now, the Wisconsin Department of Justice Office of School Safety helping school staff and DeForest prepare for possible crisis events. The goal, to make sure staff have the knowledge in order to respond in ways that don't harm students and help them get back to learning more quickly. A crisis event is defined as anything that is unexpected, unpredictable, and creates psychological upset for students and staff.
This provides careful understanding of the different types of interventions, such as small groups, individualized work. Exactly when a crisis event happens, we often say, like, counselors are on the scene at this school in order to provide support. This is exactly what that support should look like and how it should be conducted.
So far, 12 critical response teams have been developed across the state, with about 350 people receiving that training. Tomorrow, President Biden will be making his 6th stop to the Badger State, just a week before Republicans meet in Milwaukee for their first presidential debate. The president will be touring a facility in Milwaukee that helps manufacture wind turbine parts. We also expect to hear the president speak to the massive infrastructure bill that was passed during his term. Political scientist Anthony Chergosky says that part of an effort by the campaign to claim the economy as a campaign issue in 2024.
I think it's strategically wise for Joe Biden to start campaigning in Wisconsin, because there's going to be a lot of attention to the Republican field in this state. Even though Wisconsin does not play a significant role in the party nomination process, we still are hosting a debate.
And be sure to stick with News 3 Now and Channel3000.com tomorrow for full coverage of the president's visit to Milwaukee. A traffic alert now for those in Madison. A portion of westbound Schrader Road on the city's west side will be closed this week. That closure will be from South Whitney Way to just west of the eastbound Beltline Highway off-ramp. The road will be closed from today through Friday. The City of Madison Engineering Division cites underground utility work related to a private development as the reason behind that closure. The sidewalk will remain open along the south side of Schrader Road. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, celebrating black entrepreneurs in the restaurant business as Black Restaurant Week heats up in Madison. Plus, our Back to School series takes a look at different kinds of backpacks, what parents should know about picking out the right one for their student. That's just ahead at 6.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Get 11% off the last roof you'll ever need with Menard Steel Roofing. Steel roofing is durable, adds value to your home, and can help you save on cooling costs. Steel roofing offers superior wind and hail resistance and is available in cut-to-your-length panels. Concrete Repair Tube is a pre-mixed commercial-grade crack filler and sealer. It's durable, flexible, and can be used for interior and exterior applications. A tube is just $249 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Well, today we make time for kids with SSM Health, helping parents get ready for back to school. News 3 Now this morning's Chris Stanford offers expert advice on choosing the right backpack.
Doctors say there are some important things to know so the backpack doesn't hurt your child. Their advice, the backpack should have wide, padded shoulder straps. They also encourage students to use both straps to avoid strain on the neck. As far as fit goes, the bottom of the backpack should rest in the curve of the lower back. And when it comes to size, bigger is not always better.
Ideally, we want the weight of the backpack to not exceed 15% of the child's weight, just to cut down on any risk of injuring their neck or causing pain in their lower back.
Ways to cut down on the weight include leaving what you don't need at home or school. Another sign the backpack is too heavy is if the child's leaning forward to support all that weight. You can find back-to-school stories like this every day on News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford. Back to you.
And a reminder, time is running out to donate our back-to-school supply drive. You can drop off any supplies at our studios here at News 3 Now or any Metcalf's or Walgreens location. You can find all the details at channel3000.com/back-to-school. It's Black Restaurant Week in the Madison area, highlighting black entrepreneurs in the restaurant business and beyond. Through the 20th, you can experience specials and features from more than 35 black-owned restaurants, food carts, and caterers. On the event's final day, a Restaurant Week Jamboree will be taking place at Feed Kitchens on North Sherman. For more information about participating restaurants and the week in general, you can head to the Madison Black Chamber of Commerce website. Still ahead, Wisconsin investing in the bakery that makes the State Fair's iconic cream puff. The amount of that investment, though, it might surprise you. Plus, a young girl cooking up some success in her neighborhood, why her new drive-through business is already drawing long lines. That's next. And we could be in for some more heavy rainfall and potential flooding tonight. Gary's back, his complete forecast when we return.
Send them back to school looking and seeing their best. Get premium eyewear and A+ patient care from the experienced team at Shopko Optical. Cross off eye exams on your back-to-school checklist. Schedule their comprehensive exam today.
Fry Construction invites you to celebrate summer with our hot summer sale. We're talking about hot savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our hot summer sale. Save 23% off gutters or insulation with any full siding project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale is bigger than ever with huge savings throughout the store and hundreds of incredible bonus buys. Like a Beauty Rest Queen mattress, $3.99. This sofa, $4.99. Dining table, only $7.49. A queen bed, now $7.79. Plus, right now, save up to 40% on patio furniture. And make your new room more affordable when you use our 72-month financing. It's Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale. Shop in store or online at steinhoffels.com.
At Lawton Cates, justice means helping with your medical bills, standing up to the insurance company, and demanding compensation for lost time at work. And there's never a fee until we deliver results for you. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains, designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
You got me.
Hi, you're it. Imagine a world with no drama. For the guarantee of high-quality promotional items delivered on time, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
An inspiring and delicious story out of Wisconsin. An 11-year-old chef cooking up a success story in Milwaukee. She's not even a teenager yet, but she's already drawing hungry crowds with her pop-up drive-through business. Tahlil Mohadeen reports.
Fried chicken, yams, greens, macaroni.
This young chef has been up since 6 in the morning, displaying confidence in the kitchen well beyond her years. But if you ask her,
it feels normal.
11-year-old Raquel Boyd, professionally known as Chef Kisses, is getting ready to serve dozens of people eager to try her food.
I wanted to cook and show everybody else how I cook.
This will be Chef Kisses' second pop-up drive-thru, but she's been in the kitchen for a lot longer than that.
When I was 5, my dad and my mom gave me a deep fryer.
This is something that she has a passion about, and she don't just talk about it, she'll actually put the effort in.
And when Raquel came to her parents with the idea, their first instinct was
to encourage her, to back her up with whatever plan that she had.
And their support comes with more than just help with setup, acting as investors, and more importantly, helping her learn what it takes to run a business.
So we sponsored the first one, and she took literally the second one, everything that came from her menu to her balloons to her flyers, she paid for all of it.
Getting her one step closer to her dream of running her own restaurant, maybe even a Michelin star. As for her favorite part about the job,
eating the food to see what it tastes like.
Which happens to be mine too.
That's good. That is so good. Made by an 11-year-old.
Tahlil Mohadeen reporting. Meanwhile, Wisconsin investing some major dough into the building famous for making cream puffs. For 99 years, the Cream Puff Pavilion has been the center of the Wisconsin State Fair, but the team that makes the pastries says they've outgrown their space, and that's why in 2017, $6 million were earmarked to renovate this pavilion. And this year, an additional $6.5 million was approved in the state budget for the project. The plan looks to improve aesthetics and also productivity.
During the run of the fair, during 11 days, we are the busiest bakery in the world. 400,000 cream puffs in 11 days.
Another hope with this renovation is to market the Cream Puff Pavilion as an event venue outside of the 11 days of the State Fair. According to the original budget proposal, renovation could begin in March of next year. An alert day in the forecast for potential flooding. Let's check back in with Gary and his complete forecast.
Yeah, we had plenty of rain this morning across most of southern Wisconsin. But we still have that alert day in the forecast for this evening for localized flooding, especially in low-lying areas, poor drainage areas that are prone to flooding. Any additional rainfall in those areas could cause some problems with flooding. So parts of southern Wisconsin. I think the area probably most at risk is either south or east of Madison, and that'll be through this evening. Now, we do have a flood watch in effect until 11 p.m. for Columbia and Dane County and areas to the east and southeast. Rock County also included in that flood watch. But you can see the heaviest rain so far has actually been to the north of that area, although there have been some areas down across Columbia or Jefferson and northern Rock County that may have received over 2 inches of rain. But this band from just south of Fond du Lac through about Beaver Dam, Columbus, over toward Cross Plains, Mazomanie, down towards Dodgeville and Mineral Point, and then around Platteville. Those are the areas that have received the most rain so far. And you can see the radar estimates between about 2.5 and 3 inches, pretty much in that band. Now, north and south of that, generally about 1 to 2 inches of rain, although we may have seen some amounts, 2 to 2.5 inches from Jefferson down toward Milton and perhaps as far south as Janesville. Southwestern Wisconsin, that band continues into Platteville, almost 3 inches around there, at least radar estimates. But then you get across the Mississippi River toward Dubuque, Iowa, and you start to see some 4 and 4.5 inch rainfall totals there. Right now, the National Weather Service has a flood advisory for Grant County and southern portions of Crawford County until 8:45, and then a flash flood warning for Dubuque County until 10:45. But as you take a look at high-resolution radar, these showers and storms are moving almost straight south. So they're coming out of Grant County, although they keep trying to build back to the west. But the heavier rains are shifting southward into northwestern Illinois and eastern Iowa. And notice the rest of southern Wisconsin right now pretty much precipitation-free outside of some showers and storms down around Beloit and then over eastward toward Milwaukee out into Lake Michigan. Now, 6-hour future track radar shows that some of these showers and storms may rotate around, but the latest update shows that the threat for heavier rain will be across northern Illinois and far southeastern Wisconsin as that last batch kind of rotates in. But areas west and north of Madison probably will miss out on most of the additional rainfall. But a flood watch remains in effect till 11 p.m. Columbia and Dane counties, including Madison, eastward into Milwaukee. Planning your night. Again, we're going to watch these showers and storms rotate toward the south, a few more coming in from the northeast. But as we head toward midnight, notice out to the west, the rain pretty much has come to an end. And then east of Madison, that rain ending shortly after midnight, and skies actually start to clear out. Additional rainfall, maybe as much as 1 to 2 inches over parts of southeastern Wisconsin. But north and west of Dane County, probably little in the way of additional rainfall, which is good news there. Planning your night across Dane County, 56 for the low in Fitchburg, 56 in Sun Prairie. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 59 for Monroe, 55 Madison, and 56 for the low in Baraboo. Skies clear out overnight. Tomorrow, a sunny and milder day. No rain expected. High temperature of 77. Gives us the time to dry out. Wednesday up to 83. Some thunderstorm chances Wednesday night. An early morning shower possible on Thursday. And then mainly dry weather with a big warm-up as we head into the weekend and most of next week. High temperatures at or above 90 from Sunday through Wednesday. Heat index readings could be in the middle 90s.
And coming up in sports, a visit from the commish. Why Roger Goodell was in Green Bay and what he had to say about Titletown hosting the 2025 NFL Draft. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Dust and debris can leave your carpets, upholstery, and more looking dull and dirty. Stanley Steamer certified technicians can remove the buildup and restore your home to a cleaner and healthier space. For a fresh start this season, call or go online to schedule your deep cleaning with Stanley Steamer today.
Mark, a little help here?
Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Let Feldco be the experts in your home renewal. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest for 1 year. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one window, get one free, and soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Culligan Water takes pride in being your local water experts. We live here, work here, and dedicate our lives to improving our area's water. We deliver the world's best water treatment and the industry's best service to you. Culligan Water, your local water experts.
At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find bicycle store quality electric e-bikes from Trek, Electra, Feld, Giant, and more. Trek offers the best-selling e-bike in America, Trek Verve Plus, under $2,500. At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find fat e-bikes, mountain e-bikes, road e-bikes, bike path e-bikes, and more. free services included. The place to shop for your new e-bike is Machinery Row Bicycles, the most beautiful bicycle store in the world.
When it's hot, all you want is some relief. Relief from the heat outside, relief from sleepless nights, and relief from big electric bills. Even your air conditioning unit needs some relief. So when you wrap your home with our premium injection foam, it's like putting your entire house in a cooler. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
Now's the time for cleaner indoor air with an air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer. You've known us for carpet cleaning, but we've been cleaning air ducts for over 20 years. We do things the right way, cleaning your entire system. So if you need an air duct cleaning, call 1-800-STEAMER today.
The Big Red Bus is steering kids toward a love of reading.
Tomorrow, Josh is in the 608 with a new event that'll share ways you can support the Madison Reading Project.
And after all the rain, it looks like we will be heating up into the upcoming weekend. Join us tomorrow between 4:30 and 7.
Fresh off their preseason opening win in Cincinnati, the Packers were back in Titletown preparing for Saturday's tune-up with the Patriots, and there was a special guest in town. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell was taking in the sights and sounds of training camp, and he also shared his thoughts on why Green Bay is the perfect place to hold the NFL draft when it comes to Titletown in 2025.
Believe it or not, the second in Wisconsin. Milwaukee actually hosted the draft in 1940, I believe it was. So you have a long history in the draft. And in 2025, it will actually be our 90th draft. So I can't think of a better place to be able to do that than right here.
Luke Fickell has an aura around him that just screams competitor. He loves to compete, and it started at an early age with his wrestling in high school, where he was a 3-time Ohio State champ. In fact, he closed out his career with 106 straight wins. That success translated to his domination in the trenches at Ohio State, and now he's using his wrestling background to bring the juice at Wisconsin's fall camp.
People have asked me, like, okay, hey, if you weren't a football coach, what would you be? And I say I'd be a wrestling coach, probably a high school wrestling coach. I think more than anything, it just kind of trains your mind. One-on-one, it's an individual sport, and it is a competition every single day. And I think that's the environment that I try to create as much as anything. That's why I stay off of the social media stuff, but I don't do that anymore. I don't wrestle anymore unless provoked.
And the first AP poll of the college football season is out, and like the coaches poll, the Badgers are in the top 25. Wisconsin enters at 19 and is one of 5 Big Ten teams ranked in the poll, joining Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, and Iowa. The last time UW was not in the AP preseason poll was back in 2016, and we remember that game. They started the season knocking off number 5 LSU at Lambeau Field.
And no SEC team will ever come to Lambeau Field again.
No.
I don't deal with the Badgers up here. Gary, final check of the forecast.
Yeah, watching some showers and thunderstorms down around Platteville. You can see the live view from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam there. Just finished raining there. Those showers and storms moving more into northern Illinois. There is a flood advisory for Grant County until 8:45 this evening.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6. We'll be back tonight at 10.